In this week's module, we will discuss how to implement the use of assistive technology in transition planning beyond high school in areas such as college and career. We will also look at how various school systems handle the transition from high school to college. As noted previously, students with disabilities often have problems with reading, writing, and note-taking skills. Therefore, it is critical that these students are permitted to use assistive technology when they attend college, as assistive technology can assist the student with testing situations and completing assignments by supporting writing, organization, reading, and communication. In order for this to work in college, AT tools must be easy to use and customize, age appropriate, the student's own choice, matched to the specific task and environment, accessed easily, and supported through training and technical assistance. With this in mind, it is important to remember that there are no IEPs in college. Two federal laws protect college students with disabilities. They are Section 504 of the Rehabilitation Act and the Americans with Disabilities Act. These federal laws expect the college to make accommodations to the student, such as scheduling a class on a first-floor classroom for a student who uses a wheelchair, providing sign language interpreters for a student who is deaf, arranging for extended time on tests for a student who has learning disabilities. It is also important to note that in college, the student drives the obtainment of assistive technology in college. This is done in the following manner. The student requests specific accommodations. The college then provides reasonable accommodations for the documented disabilities. The student then follows the agreed upon procedures for using the accommodations. Finally, the college demonstrates a good faith effort to provide a student with meaningful access. As noted previously, IDEA no longer is driving the student's right. Instead, ADA entitles the student to the following rights. It prohibits discrimination on the basis of a disability. However, the student must self-identify and cover costs. Reasonable accommodations may be requested by students. If a college student is over 18, no parental involvement is required. College grievance procedures can be addressed to the U.S. Department of Education Office of Civil Rights. With this in mind, it is critical that our high schools properly transition students with disabilities for post-high school career and college. This means the student must have adequate assistive technology skills and self-advocacy skills. More specifically, the student with a disability should have the following skills. Operational skills such as turning the device on and off, selecting the correct icons and keys, and using basic commands. Functional skills such as how to do tasks for which the device is intended, how to use the AT tool to help with that task. Strategic skills, deciding which tool or strategy to use for a specific activity, and knowing when to use or not use an AT device. They also need to have social skills. Social skills such as knowing how to use technology appropriately around other people. And of course, they need self-advocacy skills. They need to be prepared for increased responsibilities in accessing accommodations in college. More specifically, college students need to be able to explain the nature of their disability and articulate the strategies and adaptations that will support their learning. So, How do we prepare students for transitioning to college? We provide them with the following training. We provide them with consistent repetitive practice, simple uncluttered presentations guiding them with mastering requisite knowledge, and they should also know how to use graphics and spoken instructions in the case of non-readers. So to this end, software can also help with living skills. For example, Laureate Learning Systems help students acquire language activities for daily living, such as my house, my school, my town. The Attainment Company helps students with skills such as money, time scales, and so on. There are also cause and effect software, which can be very helpful as it uses music and colorful graphics and humorous pictures to engage students. There's also the authoring of computer-based activities, which can teach functional skills such as writing and so forth. Technology can also provide visual supports using a picture schedule, activity sequences, and social routines. Naturally, each student's transition will be different depending on their academic skills and functional needs. For example, some students will be more inclined to learn vocational skills, while other students will need more help with home living skills. For this reason, the guidance counselor is critical as they are the first line of defense in understanding the special needs student. Additionally, if a student is ready for a post-high school option, such as college or vocational studies, the guidance counselor needs to develop a detailed plan to help the student make the appropriate transition and make the best possible choice. This means the student should be made aware of what their diploma choices are and what their post-high school options are. In New York, students have a wide range of options. They can obtain a Regents diploma, a local diploma, a career development and occupational studies commencement credential, and a skills and achievement commencement. Typically, students with disabilities work for a local diploma, which is recognized as a valid diploma and will allow them to attend college. The requirements for a local diploma are as follows: 22 units of credit, just like the Regents diploma, 4 in ELA, 4 in social studies, 3 in science, 3 in math, a half in health, 1 in art, 1 for a language other than English, 2 physical educations, and 3 half electives. For the assessment component, the students have a safety net option for the 5 required Regents exams in which they pass with a score of 55 or better for 1 math, 1 science, 1 ELA, 1 history, and either 1 additional exam in math, science, or history. The students also have the expanded safety net option, which means that a student can score between a 45 and 54 on 1 or more of the 5 required Regents exams other than the ELA or math exam, and compensates the low score with a score of 65 or higher on another required Regents exam. For example, the student gets a 45 on U.S. history and a 65 on integrated algebra, the student can loan up to 10 points to the U.S. history exam. Students can also earn a career development and occupational studies commencement credential, also known as CDOS. In this program, the student completes a career plan, demonstrates attainment of the commencement level using CDOS learning standards in the area of career exploration and development, integrated learning and universal foundational skills, satisfactorily completes the equivalent of 2 units of study, which is 216 hours in CTE coursework, career and technical education, and work-based learning, which includes at least 54 hours of work-based learning and has at least one completed employability profile, or the students meet criteria for National Work Readiness Credential. Credential can be a supplement to a regular diploma, or if the student is unable to meet diploma standards, the credential may be awarded as a student's exiting credential, provided the student has attended school for not less than 12 years, excluding kindergarten. This is very useful as this work alternative is being recognized by many employers. The student can also earn the Skills and Achievement Commencement. All students with severe disabilities who attend schools for not less than 12 years, excluding kindergarten, graduate with this credential, which must be accompanied by a summary of the student's level of achievement in academic and career development and occupational studies. Other states also provide accommodations to students with disabilities. For example, in Connecticut, students with a mild or moderate learning disability receive additional support through an individual education plan, are expected to meet the same graduation requirements. However, there may be some modifications in the curriculum or in the assessment environment for this student. For more information regarding how other states support students with disabilities, visit the following website.